So because I was able, because I've been writing for so long, and because I was doing, I came from writing for myself after spending all my life reading since I could read back in the 80s, because I was taught how to read. So I have a real love for reading and a real love for imagination. And when I came to New Zealand, when I was about 7 or 8, I was sent away to special reading classes. So every class I went to until high school, I had a special reading class. So I had a teacher who'd always sit one on one with me and teach me how to read, and so that helped me to be a good reader, as well as have a real, I read all the time, right? Uh, as much as I can. And so, but that also gave me a love for writing and storytelling. And so when you're reading hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, comics, biographies, autobiographies, listening to people tell their stories, listening to people how they write, or reading how they write, it goes into your head, right? And so over time, it started coming out and saying, "Hey, this is what I want to do. This is this." And so I'm very enthusiastic and very um, concerned about storytelling and good storytelling, and because there's so much in my head, um, and so much I can't bring out because of I've had about 6 or 7 concussions over my lifetime, right? Since probably when I was about 7 years old, and like falling off bikes, going head over here, smashing my head on concrete, coming off skateboards, uh, getting a car accident, getting beaten up, assaulted, you know, uh, falling out of trees, jumping off trains, moving trains, and getting your head smashed on rocks, the kind of rocks they have on the railway tracks. So because of those injuries, I can't recall a lot of what I know. The knowledge is locked up. But the thing is that when I actually hear something, when I look at something, when I see how a character isn't working, I know it's not working, right? Even today, I was adding a script, adding text or dialogue to something I wrote in 2004 when I first started writing The Circle, right? And this is for the script. This is for the dialogue on the comic book, right? Issue 5, and I'm writing this character's new dialogue, right? Almost about a half a page of dialogue because I love dialogue. I love people. I don't like because I'm a reader. I'm not always looking at the art. I'm just there at the art, but I'm always reading the text. So I want to give each page has got to last more than it's got to last a minute because I'm a film script writer, right? And So I'm trained, you know, classically trained to write for film. So a minute for me is a page, right? So a page has to be at least have a minute of dialogue. So it's worth that time, right? And so it's not going to be like 1, 2 sentences. It's going to be proper enough dialogue to be captivate you to that, um, without sacrificing the art. But I'm not a trained illustrator, comic book illustrator. So I try to balance that out with my dialogue. Try to keep the audience reader interested. So what you'll hear from me, with all these stories in my head, with all like Stephen King, Clive Barker, Alan Moore, Garth Ennis, just hard out, like from horror to fantasy, to comedy, to I guess I'm not sure if I read classic literature, but I have watched it, right? But I know stories, because it's been part of my life for, gosh, almost 40 years, right? Since I actually enjoyed reading, not because I was told how to read, but because until when I enjoyed reading and it became part of my life, right? About probably age of 7, so about almost going on 40 years. So what you're going to hear from me on my channel is about these things, about opinions of people, giving opinions, rants about what other people think about other things, about what they think about stories, what they think about men in character, about women in character, about superheroes, about villains, about heroes, about archetypes, about auteurs, writers, authors, directors, filmmakers. You get all this. And sometimes there'll be gaps and pauses when I speak because it's because of head injuries. It takes me sometimes to recollect my thoughts, but I'm here and I want to share that with you because we're doing a lot this year, and this is my outlet to actually tell you what we're doing. And hey, check out risingsuncomics.com. Check out comic.nz on Facebook. That's my own page for us here in New Zealand. Ka kite anō, malfunction. Catch you around, guys.